All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So a couple of things before we dive into the Shonen Jump stuff proper here. I was planning to get around to read-throughs again this weekend. Unfortunately, I had a really nasty fall on the ice on Friday, so I'm still a little bit out of it. Might have gotten concussed a little bit as well. So trying to take it easy this weekend and not overexert myself too much. I also managed to cut my finger yesterday, so this has been a really great weekend for me, as you can tell. In the meantime, I did want to get around to Shonen Jump stuff today. So we'll get around to Spy Family as we normally do, but I also want to cover a new series on this channel, one I've been looking forward to for a while now. I had put the volumes on hold at my library, but it came in through Shonen Jump first before the library got my copies. So that's the new Shonen Jump manga Centuria, which I've heard a lot of good things about. It's like an Eldritch Frankensteinish kind of series. So really excited to get into the first couple of chapters of that. With all that said, hopefully I'll get back around to read through sometime next weekend. Like I said, I'll cover the newest volume of Battle Angel Alita, and I'll get around to the regular rotation of other series I've got on the channel with that. Apart from that, I think I'm also going to try experimenting in the next little while with also doing video game playthroughs on the channel. I figured out something that's a little bit more casual and it's a lot more fun for me because I have a giant backlog of games I want to get through. So I figured this would be like a fun way to kind of just do that, keep myself entertained. So if you're maybe into that, check those out as well. Without further ado, let us dive into it with Spy Family Mission 130. By Tetsuya Endo, with translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. I did manage to charge my tablet this time, so we will have that along with it. But we fucking pick up with, I guess, a little screenshot or a thing of the TV series with, "I can help you forget him. No, I can. No, me. Me. And you see like this lineup of guys with, "Am I not good enough for you, Amaria? I may not have any money, but my feelings for you." And you see this blonde with like the little hat with her like a kerchief on her head. With what? "Sam, what are you saying?" "Yeah, Sam, Mario was just in a traffic accident." He's like, "Where am I? Who am I?" Christ, bro. Alright, you know what title I'm going to have to go with for this video. It says, like, "She has amnesia." It's like, this can't be happening. You didn't just forget him. You forgot about everything. Do you have next episode? The finale. And you see the next page with, "I'm going to marry Diff. He's from a noble family." "You can't mean that, Amaria. We pledged our love to each other." "Yeah, that's right. Love doesn't pay the bills. And who are you anyway?" And so Amaria and Diff got married. Amaria's used Diff's fortune to start a new apparel business and lived happily ever after. Finn. And the blonde hijacker screams, "That's not how it's supposed to end." The power of Amaria and Sam's love should have restored her memory. And then she'd say, "It isn't money I need, but love, and marry Sam. That's the true ending. It should be obvious to anyone." So we're going to reshoot the finale, here and now. He's like, "Are you out of your mind? This is just petty griping over the ending." It's like, "It's not petty. The director just confirmed my suspicions. The Minister of Broadcasting made them change the finale at the last minute. The original script had her marrying Sam, but they're forced to rewrite it. Isn't that right, Mr. Lead Writer?" He's like, probably because a certain fan of Stewart, the actor who played Diff, planted her own selfish thought in the minister's head. And then the director agreed to go along with their stupid idea." So who is that? It's like the actress, I think, of it looking all kind of nervous. It's like, "Is that acceptable to any of you? This defilement of the program's artistry? Until the finale, Five Love was a masterpiece of television, which is exactly why we can't allow this ending. And I'm guessing I'm not alone in thinking that." And Lloyd's like, "So they had sympathizers within production. That explains how they made it through security so easily." You have two audience warnings, fucking yours coworker going, "I thought the same thing. It didn't make sense that she wouldn't stay with Kevin, Sam." And you see fucking Becky with, "That's what happened? But I thought it was so exciting they were willing to subvert expectations like that. Whose side are you on, Martha?" And it's like, "I think she should consider not marrying and living a life of independence." It's like, "That's not a side." It's like, "I also thought she was sure to end up with Sam." It's like, "Me too. I mean, yeah, that finale was like a slap in the face. I can't believe they interfered like that. It's like, so you get where we're coming from, right? We're just a community of Five Love fans who couldn't sit by and do nothing. Like, to be honest, none of us are happy with how it ended either. We'll cooperate fully. It's like, I got you. I still remember the final script before they changed it. It's like, I'm glad I can count on you. I was like, yo, Andy, the switchboard says we're getting tons of supportive calls from viewers. It's like, I knew we were right about this. Seems a lot of people are going to be watching. It's like, yeah, but that means there's a risk the government could view it as a public uprising. We need to make sure we do this right. Let's get all the details hashed out quickly. Listen up, everyone. We're not going to be pre-recording the finale. We'll be performing it live on air, so we can't have any major blunders while the cameras are rolling. And they're like, what? But that's absurd. It's like, it's the only way to make sure the ministry doesn't edit or bury it entirely. We have to send it out raw. All of us used to be stage actors. We know what we're doing. It's like, I'm sorry, what? We've already assembled a set of Amaria and Sam's house. We'll have to use simple backdrops for the other locations, so we'll need you to sell it with strong performances. It's like, not a problem. And he's like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, let's make something great. He's like, yeah! As they all do a little, like, hand clasps, handshake, as they're doing this. And it's like, and Lloyd's like, okay. They started hastily arranging an improvised shoot. It's like, what do? Do we stop them? It's like, you need to stop following me. I'm leaving to be with him on an airplane. It's like, but if you go by plane, I won't be able to follow you. The tickets are expensive. Maybe you could go on an overnight bus, or better yet, a bicycle. It's like, see, this is exactly what I hate about you. And for that matter, who are you? It's like, Mario, you need to remember. It's like, wait, who am I? It's like, after this, there's a scene on the street and then one at the airport. We'll need everyone to serve as extras, on your feet. It's like, what? Lloyd's going, what? I absolutely cannot allow myself to be captured on film. He's like, excuse me, but how exactly are you going to do a scene on a street? It's like, we're going to have to make do with painted backdrops. And then you see Lloyd just fucking whipping a paintbrush around with, in that case, if you were to make it like this, he's like, hey, what are you? I'll just borrow these painting supplies. You see, you can trick the eye by using perspective to create a more realistic illusion of depth. It's like, oh, wow, you're right. It's like, also, it's like a rap-a-tap-a-tap-tap as he starts putting some stuff together. If you use treadmills like these for Mario's running scenes, it will look much more believable. Like, huh? It's like, Lloyd, it's amazing. He's like, oh, I used to have a part-time job as a stage designer. He's like, all right, forget about being an extra. I want you helping with the sets. It's like, whatever you say. And Yuri's like, what do you think you're doing collaborating with the terrorists? The sooner they're able to finish shooting, the sooner the danger will pass. Thus, I've concluded that this is the best way to ensure my wife's safety. It's like, that might be true. He's like, I don't care if it means being pushed around or beaten down by terrorists. I will do whatever... sorry, something stuck in my nose. I'll do whatever it takes to get your home safely. And Yuri's like, he really cares that much about my sister? God, what the... Sorry, something's just tickling my nose. Give me a second here. It's like, he really cares that much about my sister? He did say he would shield her from a nuclear bomb that one time. Besides, as a set designer, I'll have more freedom to come and go from the studio. That may provide an opportunity to get a message out. It's like, I see. But don't go try and pulling any stupid amateur stunts. It's like, no, I won't. But you're a diplomat, right? Maybe you've read an official emergency response manual or something? Let's you and I work together to protect your... He's like, yeah, obviously. Yeah, but Mario, wait, you need to reconsider. And you see them using Lloyd's little fucking treadmills to run. It's like, ew, no, to hell with you and your bicycles. It's like, hey, Andy, what are we going to do about the Joanna scene? Huh? I know she doesn't look much like her, but we'll have to have Amelia play her part. It's like, huh? Hey, you, there, come here. The lady with the black hair and red clothes. Yeah, your build looks a lot like Joanna's. I want you to play the part of Bumblebee. Oh, fucking Christ, game. Or Spy Family, really? It's like, huh? It's like, fool, keep your voice down. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like, it's just, I've never acted before. It's like, don't worry, Bumbleina barely has any lines. And Lloyd's like, can't say I'm happy to see any member of my family broadcast like this. What can I do? And Yuri's like, once they saw my sister, of course something like this was bound to happen. He's like, I'm also quite proficient at makeup. So if you'd like, I could simply make any real actors look like Bum. And Yuri's like, okay, I'll do it. He's like, Yor? He's like, woohoo! He's like, seriously, keep it down. And Lloyd's like, I don't think this is a good idea. It's like, no, it'll be fine. And she thinks back to McMahon telling her, not everyone is cut out to continue in certain roles. It's like, I have to become better at playing a part. It's like, I feel like I've been to this place before. It's like, Amari, is your memory returning? And you see that Yor's been getting all prettied and gussied up with her hair being like all pulled down. It's like, yeah, I don't think she even needs a wig. It's like, those curls look so cute on you, Yor. What a fresh new look. It's like, how many times do I have to tell you to shut up? And his fucking superior's like, is that Yuri's voice we keep hearing in the background? It's like, that's right. Didn't he volunteer for censor duty even though it was his day off? Do you have standby for scene 24? Like, this is your scene. You know what'll happen if you try anything funny. And Yor's like, huh? What will happen? It's like, could you please stop threatening my wife? You have, it's been a long time, Bumbleina. I was like, it has been a long time. And you see back at home with her coworker freaking out with Yor, and Becky being like, Master? It's like, you're doing incredible, Yor. You've perfectly captured the nervousness of meeting one's lover after a long time. But how would you be familiar with an emotion like that? Probably just guessing, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Like, see you. And she runs away with, huh? Over already? Don't you have any more lines for my sis for Bumbleina? So her whole personality is that she can't verbalize her feelings. That's no excuse. Why would that man have fallen for her if she's so unappealing? These motivations are really thin. So I guess that's a fair point, but the scenes I wrote to show off her charms got cut for length. And now we have an amateur in the role who couldn't be up for the task. Okay, but what about this? My sister is an incredible athlete, so even if she doesn't speak, she could express herself physically. Like with jumping around and stuff? It's like, you mean like this? And you see Yor just like bouncing up and down. Or maybe she grabs a sleeve to stop him from leaving. It's like this, and she just grabs some poor guy and starts like whipping him around. He's like, oh no, I've gone and behaved vulgarly in front of Lloyd after all. Oh wait, I'm just acting. Don't you see, Lloyd? Please don't hate me. Man, we'll talk about that at the end. Like, the feedback from viewers has been incredible. Everyone seems to love Bumbleina's dynamic new way of expressing herself. It's like, you've got pretty good instincts. I want you helping out with the direction. It's like, if it's helping my sister shine, just leave it to me. So she does play an important role in encouraging Imaria to pursue love. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to beef up her role a bit. It's like, yes, exactly, let's do it. It's like, I thought the whole idea was to bring this to a quicker end. It's like, so what's up next? It's like, let me see that script. Looks like Yor's final appearance comes in scene 37. The two reunite in the hotel lobby. Proto takes Bumbleina's hand, spins her towards him, and kisses her? Christ, alright. I guess quick thoughts on this. Honestly, I don't know why Endo chose this specific kind of background or scene for setting up this whole like pseudo arc. Like the hijacking bullshit. Like, you could have just completely removed the hijacking, have made this a plot where they get like roped into like Eden Academies, like putting on like or there's like a community theater production going on in like a local park or something. And I think literally anything else except this weird like false hijacking bullshit would have worked better as a cover for this arc. Because it just feels completely out of place to have these dweebs coming in and being like, oh guys, like we're just trying to like get the favorite end, like the ending to our favorite show because of like censorship that was going on. Especially again when there is like actual real life political issues relating to censorship. And when your entire series is kind of built around that, it feels a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like Endo isn't taking it seriously by trying to like diminish the actual effects of like censorship on fascist society by having it played off as a joke. Oh, look at these stupid dweebs who are trying to like get their stupid show not censored on air. So I'm still kind of like just baffled over that particular creative decision with regards to this arc. Because again, like I said, like this would have worked in a completely different setting. Right now, I'm kind of just like, all right, I don't know what exactly Endo's going for with this here. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. Apart from that, it's kind of amusing where Lloyd's just kind of trying to be like, I don't want to be fucking seen on camera at all. And he's trying to like make himself be like useful in other ways. Like being a suck, which I thought was really funny. Apart from that, man, I think this again kind of cements the idea for me, at least specifically, that Endo has made your way too one-dimensional, kind of like too much of a caricature rather than an actual character. Like I know her whole thing is kind of like overreacting and like anxious about stuff and kind of like trying to overcompensate. But this chapter really feels like he dialed up that particular aspect of hers to like an 11, and it really is kind of a little bit jarring. Especially the scene at the end where she's like, "Oh no, I've gone bad vulgarly in front of Lloyd." Like, "Please don't hate me, Lloyd. Please don't hate me." Like, it's just starting to border on like caricature-ish rather than kind of just like this is how Yor regularly acts. And this kind of goes into like my other criticisms, like, Yor has had kind of like the least development and focus out of all the characters in this series. So it's starting to kind of really grate on me seeing that now with this chapter. That said, with like the whole kisses her thing, like this is obviously going to be a setup for uh, either Lloyd is going to get jealous as Yuri is, of like like it's either going to be a setup of like, yeah, Yor's going to have to go through with it, and right before she like kisses the fake actor or whatever, Lloyd's going to get jealous and like he and Yuri are both going to interrupt at the same time. Or through like some shenanigans, it'll turn out like the other actor gets like knocked out because Yor does like the overreaction thing where she has to go in for the kiss, and she ends up like kicking him and accidentally knocking him out through the reflex. And then fucking Lloyd with his makeup skills will have to come in and like set himself up to be like the replacement for it. And we're gonna actually get a fucking like Lloyd Yor kiss finally. So we'll see what happens with that. I do hope we actually do get that. That kind of like starts the arc of like Lloyd finally starting to like confront his feelings with regards to that. But yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. Like I said, decent chapter. I still have a lot of questions about what exactly Endo's going for creatively with this, but I guess we'll see how it goes. So like I said, if you all enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, I will get around to the new series Centuria today as well. I think Shonen Jump has the first volume, which I think is like 4 chapters out today. I'm going to try to cover at least the first 2, and then depending on how I feel, how much I'm vibing with the series, I might just try to cover the entire volume this weekend. And hopefully next weekend I'll be back at 100%. I'll hopefully be able to do read-throughs then. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.